Thank you for the water, by the way. That was really helpful.
Oh, you're welcome.
So let's get started. I don't think there's any public comments. Anybody listening in with a public comment? Hearing none. Can I have a motion to accept the minutes of the last meeting, please?
I'll make a motion to accept.
Okay, and a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Andy and Jesse, okay. Any discussion or questions? Okay,
None
all in
here.
favor?
Aye.
Bye.
Okay, moving right along. Treasurer's report, please.
Okay, so we did spend some money this past month, so that's good. Our current balance for the Fund 10 is at $3,957 with 69 cents. So that's about 65%. We had some recent expenses, which was the DME mowing and fertilizer, which was at about $182. And then the banner, which was about $144. So that that's the most current. There's been no change to the Friends Fund, which is still at about $2,554. And let's see, we just need to make sure we spend this budget by June 30th. So I'm sure some things will be coming in from the tree work and all that, but
Bill has been there for at least 2 days, maybe 3 days, and he knows that he has to submit his bill for $2,000 before he had to have it by June the 1st is what Chad told him. And he was there working yesterday, and he was been there working a couple of days now.
okay.
What was he doing yesterday? That's awesome.
He was pruning the tree to the left of the parking lot.
Yep.
That I think it's an apple.
Oh,
think
good.
so.
He was, or a cherry tree. It's a flowering something, and he was up there on a ladder, which was a little bit scary because he was way up high on a ladder. But he was pruning it, and he had his chipper chopper there, and he chipped everything except 2 branches. I don't know why he left those 2 branches, but he chipped everything else and took it all away. So that's been pruned. That was one of the things he was going to do. The other things he was going to do, he was going to do the bracing, and I don't think he's done that yet.
I don't think he can do that by himself.
Can you hear me, Andy? You look like frozen.
I don't think he can do that by himself.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe
but
that's something he's going to do with Chad. Chad
Is
had
that-
mentioned.
maybe, but it's going to be done before the end of the month.
Okay.
The end of next month.
Yeah.
Yeah. he
I
has
keep
until then.
losing you, Andy. I don't know why. Maybe it's my internet that's poor.
I don't
can hear
know.
her.
Is anybody
I
else
can
having a
hear-
problem with the internet?
Nope.
No, I can hear Andy.
Jesse is frozen right now.
I
Okay.
think it's yours, Philippa,
Okay.
because you're kind of doing, you're freezing.
Must be
from
my
time
end,
to time. Okay.
Well, I'm sorry. I can't do anything about it.
Oh, no, that's
Um,
okay.
So we have $2,000 going out to Bill,
Okay.
and we had talked about maybe spending up to $1,000 on trees
Mhm,
for the swampy area.
mhm.
Right.
And Andy, you and I were going to go and take a look at trees and things perhaps for that, right?
Yes.
You were going to check with your brother, and I was going to check around here.
My son.
Okay.
Yes.
Also, oh, your son.
That's all right.
Somebody. If you've bought any supplies for this, for the springtime, anything like fertilizer. I just bought some fertilizer, but you had mentioned maybe buying another tool of some sort, Andy.
Yeah, I want to
We
get a
can
real
use the
good,
additional money.
I want to get a heavy duty weed whacker. And I was thinking about it today driving home, and I still want to do it. Problem is, it's a battery. So since it can't be charged at the Arboretum, I could bring it home and then I could keep it until I'm off the committee and then someone else can keep it. But it doesn't make sense. Same with having a gasoline, anything to keep gasoline there, and we can't charge anything.
Right.
So if everyone's okay with that, I'll go ahead and buy it probably this weekend, because they're very efficient. And I think it'll be around.
How much is it?
Maybe around 300. 300.
Okay.
It's yeah.
I
They're
think that's reasonable. Does everybody think that's reasonable?
yeah.
Sounds reasonable.
I'll pick one up. I was gonna order it online, but I thought it would be easier to submit a bill if I go to Lowe's or Home Depot.
Okay,
Yeah, probably.
okay.
And Jesse, I need to apologize if I sounded snarky when I sent you a reply about my address.
Oh, you didn't. No,
Because
you didn't sound snarky at all.
Jesse asked me for my address, that they needed it at town hall to send me a check. But when I sent the thing, I sent it with a return address envelope and all of that. And I said to Jesse, wouldn't you think in the town of Woodstock, they could look up one of the residents' addresses?
No, I know. I totally agreed with you. It was definitely a head scratcher, but
I just said, all right, okay.
yep,
Okay.
yep.
Okay, so if anybody has has expenses like that, make sure you submit it to the town hall before June the 30th. I would
Okay.
think we'd be okay if we've got like $100 left or $150 left. I think that we're not going to run into problems. What would you agree, Andy? Do we
Yeah.
have to go down to zero? We do.
I think we've got to get close, but are we
Yeah,
gonna
I mean-
lose it if we don't spend it?
We'll lose it. Yeah,
Okay, so we
Then
got
I
to
think we should spend all of it.
yeah.
Okay.
It's more, I think, if we don't spend it and we have a lot in there, then next, when we do the budget, they're gonna say, oh, well, you don't need that much because you didn't spend it. So I think that's more the concern.
Yeah, I was just thinking if there's $100 or $50, is that going to be an issue?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
I
good.
don't think
Because we
so,
can
but
buy trees and bushes. I mean, I'm good at doing that right up until the last dollar.
Okay. We can also
Right.
buy extra fertilizer and stuff so that we have more
Right.
supplies there. So that's not an issue.
Right.
right. And at the town hall, Diane said that she would, accept bills into July, as long as they were dated in June.
Okay.
So if we didn't submit them till, July, that first week, she would still accept them, but just not in August. She wouldn't accept bills after that.
Okay,
Mhm.
great. Okay, we have 2 work days coming up next week, 2 work sessions, one with Woodstock Academy and one which is ours. I'm hoping that we're going to see Linda. 'cause I
She's
haven't
coming
seen her
on,
there this week.
yeah, she's coming on the first day, the general work day.
Okay,
And I expect some other people to be there too.
great.
And Molly's been really good about pushing people to come.
I saw that in that email that she sent out to the garden club. That's
Yeah, and then she's giving them the second day as an option.
great.
So, yeah, so I'm really hoping.
Okay. Andy, I need your input here. The path from the bridge, by the frog pond, down
Yeah.
to the long bridge has not been mowed. I guess Mitch doesn't feel the mower can go over there.
That's why I'm getting that heavy duty weed
So
whacker.
that will do it?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, because that does need to be whacked.
Oh, no, I know. That's the primary thing, that just to clean up all that area leading onto the bridges.
Okay, great, excellent. Yeah, the projects that I found that need to be done is huge quantities of garlic, mustard, and bittercress all need to be weeded out from the beds and the bank and all the way down the path. The daffodils all need to be deadheaded and fertilized, and your planting bank has to be prepared, Andy. So that's something that can be done during that work
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
where the kids are going to put in the plants, that has
Yeah.
to be prepared.
I'm planning to dig out 50 plants.
Fantastic.
50, so that if the kids get them planted, that's fine. If they don't, we'll plant them.
Okay, and do you need any help with that?
No, they're right in my yard.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Okay, if you find that for any reason the back is hurting and you don't want to do it or you can't do it, let me know, okay?
Thank you. I can do it, but I can put a blanket down and sit. It's all this, you saw what that stuff is like. It's just a mass. It's really, because the roots are all sort of connected, it's really getting it neat and getting it into a container.
Mhm.
The digging part is easy.
Okay,
So,
If you need help, send a shout out because I can, Noah and I can zip over and help you.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice. Thank you.
absolutely. And so Noah and some of his friends can help with the parking, Jesse?
Yes, yeah. So he's checking in.
Excellent.
I can give you a number maybe next week. He was going to check with his friends to see how many.
Okay, and
Great.
Sarah, do we have anybody from any of the students you think might come and help with crafts?
we'll have an NHS meeting on next Thursday, and I can double check there, and I will actually see them face to face. Because right now I only see them every other week, and I can ask
Okay.
fresh kids on Monday.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
It would be nice to have some to help with the crafts. I think that
Mhm.
they would, they would have fun
I'll
doing
do-
it, and the younger kids would enjoy it too.
I'll just send the email right now and say that we'll talk about it at the next meeting, but if they wanna confirm now, I can do that.
Okay.
Well, I heard from, while I was away, I got a text from Elaine Turner. Now she's the artist who's going to come. And she's so awesome. Her group is meeting tonight, but there's a woman who's going to come and set up a table and do painting with kids.
Fantastic.
And then
Great.
she's got 3 other plein air painters who will be spread about painting. So that sounds really good.
Mm-hmm.
The other news is the lady, Suzanne Woodward.
Right.
She's a lady who worked in the frog pond when she came. You remember her, Philippa?
I know Sue. Yeah, she's a friend of mine. I know her. Yeah.
Oh, you know her. So she's coming to do
Great.
something. So we could have her do something with the kids.
Or she could do registration.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't know what it is. But Linda will be there that day.
Okay.
So I'm figuring she'll corral someone, and maybe she and whoever she gets can plant the plants with the kids. I'm gonna clean it up and then put those little red stakes so that they can see where to plant them. And I'm going to protect the foam flower that's coming up, because I was there a couple days ago, but right before I left, and there's quite a few coming up. So I don't want them to get wrecked. So I'll put some little markers around
Right.
them. And then that area can be done.
Okay, that would be
That'll be
fantastic.
nice. I'm
Okay.
meeting.
I've been having
Erin.
nightmares about the parking.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Andy.
Aaron is meeting me
You're meeting
tomorrow.
Aaron when?
Tomorrow at noon. He's meeting me down there.
Great.
So that's taken care of.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah,
Okay, as I say, I've been having nightmares about the parking because we don't
Yes.
know if we're gonna have nobody or we're gonna have 50 cars arriving.
Right.
So I talked with Stuart Morse, who is in charge of the town constables, asked him about parking and constables and things. It would constables have a minimum of 4 hours, $22 an hour. It would cost $88. And because of my nightmares, my husband says he will pay for it. It will be his donation to the Arboretum so that we can have a constable.
Well,
But we
we
can
could-
afford to pay for it.
we could take that out of the, our fund also from the Friends of the Arboretum Fund. If something to think
But
about.
whatever. But anyhow, so I think we could have a town constable. I just feel like if there's nothing to do, if nobody comes, fine. But if there's
Yeah.
craziness of cars coming, we should have somebody who knows what they're doing, directing the traffic. I checked with Bruce Lyman about the Congregational Church. The church does not own the road or the end of the green, as I thought. They don't own it. As far as he's concerned, there's nothing happening at the church. We can park there so that overflow parking would go up into that area. I'm just a little concerned about the parking on our stretch of the grass because of the edge of our new driveway. And I don't know what people think about that, but my thought was that we could have some cars, the first cars can park in the Arboretum area and that the constable can direct them there. Other cars, if there is a huge sudden crowd, they'd go up to the church area and we'd have Noah and friends cannot direct traffic on the street. Stuart was very clear about that. No kids can direct traffic on the street.
That's a
Can
good
you hear me or
idea.
am I breaking up?
So we can hear you.
No,
So that they can park on the grass. So if we have some kids up there parking those cars and some kids parking around where we are, I think that will take care of my nightmare of parking.
Are there signs? I know, we have like the town, when we have, what is it? at the Rose End Cottage, the craft fair, they put signs on the lawns that say, do not park here. I wonder if there's something that the town already has that we could put, a couple signs to say, just to tag them, whether it's on the Woodstock Academy lawn, so people know, just so.
That whole lot is owned by the town.
Okay,
That common is not owned by the academy either. That is all town property because we have to ask permission to use it as well.
okay.
Mhm.
And when they have that craft fair, people are parked everywhere
Yeah,
on the grass and everywhere else. So I don't think that would be a concern. At least I hope
Okay.
not.
My hope is that the constable will have some signs that say park here,
Yeah.
go there for parking. I don't know. I do think we're going to be needing some kind of signs that direct people where to go. But anyhow, I just feel better. And I don't know, am I the only one who was concerned about this and has been worrying about the idea of 50 cars suddenly arriving? Or
No, I've
Mhm.
definitely been thinking about it, probably because it's, I can thinking about it because I'm, in the neighborhood.
right.
Jesse, how many people can fit in your driveway?
Quite a few, because, there's room on the side, so let's see. I mean, we would all just have to make sure that, we might block each other in. So that
Yeah.
would be, if somebody's coming to volunteer and they can't, they might not be able to get out. That would be the only thing.
Because I'm
but I-
thinking Elaine and her group, they're not going to want to be parking, they're going to have all their supplies. So
Yeah.
they're going to
Yep.
want to park close or
Yeah.
unload and then maybe park at Jesse's.
Right,
And
Yeah.
we can get blocked in because we're going to be there until the end.
right. But
So
it was just if there's people that are helping that don't want to get blocked in, we just have to figure that out.
yeah.
Thinking of the registration, does anybody know how to use Excel to make up a registration form? Because we need a form that people will put in their name, their email address, their mailing address, and how many people are in their party, so that we have a record. And I don't know how to make it up. And I was looking at the one that the last Green Valley used, but when I made a copy of that, somehow it was the form they had was bigger than the paper that you print things on.
Oh, yeah.
So the ends of the email addresses were all lost,
Oh,
and we don't want to do that.
Philippa, our two younger friends on those lower windows, they know how to do that kind of stuff.
But would one of you volunteer, please, to make several copies of a registration form?
yeah, I could do it.
Can you do it, Jesse? Okay,
yeah.
great.
Just, you could email me, just tell me what slots are important, or you can tell me now what's the most
Well,
important.
I mean, the first one would be the name,
Yeah,
and then I think the address, email address,
mm-hmm.
and name, number of people in the group, address and email address, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we should ask for a phone number. That's
No, I
good.
don't either.
No,
That's
yeah.
too intrusive.
Okay.
So while it's on my mind, my scavenger hunt that I did,
Awesome.
old fashioned cut and paste for you guys down there. I used the Boy Scout handbook for many of these. I made 50 copies. What do you think? More?
Has Mr. Toth sent out the notice, Sarah? Do you know?
I don't know. I can, let's see, who in my world do I know? I'll ask Michelle Salas if she has gotten anything. Hold on.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Because I thought we could give one to, like, if a mother came with two little kids, we could give them. I mean,
One
I
to
don't
work
want to say,
together.
no, you can't have two, but if we were getting low, I'll make some more. I figured I'd sacrifice one colored ink cartridge to print these.
You could
I'll-
keep a couple that would be reusable, like they would have to bring them back to you. Like, you can put them in those clear sheets, and then it doesn't, then they can reuse it.
Yeah, because initially I thought, well, we'll give them a pencil, but they don't really need that. They're just going to be looking for the things on here. So some
Yeah.
of them will bring them. Okay.
So, if we make sure we put a few aside as they're reusable, then,
Yeah,
You know,
I think
that's
I
a good
have some
idea.
of those sleeves that you can just stick
Right.
it in there.
because
So,
then with a
okay.
marker, they can circle it and it will wipe off,
Yeah, I wondered if you were going to give them pencils or crayons or markers or something, Andy.
Well, We could. You know, I'm looking at my little thing here. I probably have a dozen pencils. You know, do we want to do that, or do
You
we
could
just
give
want-
them each a sheet of stickers, then they can just put the sticker on and you're not worrying about, collecting dropped, crayons and
Yeah.
things like that. I don't know.
That's a good idea. Where do you think I could get those stickers? Anywhere, right? Like
Yeah,
little red
anywhere,
dots or something?
anywhere. Just,
just
some
the
cheap.
little dots?
Yeah, even the
Okay,
circle
drop
ones,
sticker.
you don't need to spend any money on them, just those little, even the circle ones.
Maybe Ocean State has some. I was at Ocean State today getting supplies. I can go back
Yeah.
there. I'll get Andy. I'll get them. Okay.
Okay.
What else do we need? So Jesse, you will make the registration forms, right?
Yeah.
And I will get pens. And I picked up all kinds of cleaner stuff today. So because I noticed that people at Sprucedale wipe the pens off after you've used them to sign with.
Yeah,
So I
they do.
two pots, one with cleaned pens and one with uncleaned pens and hand wipes and spray, all those good things.
Yeah, we should probably take a supply of masks, the blue ones, in case
We
people
don't have to
show.
wear masks at that point.
Yeah.
Aren't masks off on the 19th?
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm as willing to take my mask off as anyone, but if we have a lot of little kids who haven't been vaccinated, I've got kind of mixed feelings about that.
We can bring them.
I think we all have to make our own decisions, but germy little kids, and what
I
are you
have a
going to
big-
do at school, Sarah, when there are no masks and the kids haven't been vaccinated?
I assume that we will do full mass until the end of this year. I mean, I
Mhm.
have zero authority. I know nothing. And I have heard through the rumor mill of Woodstock Academy, which is 25% accurate, that no mask, we go back in the fall. But like I said, I don't know. They haven't said a word.
Yeah, well, then I think people are so accustomed to having them with them if they want to wear them that it's not our concern.
Absolutely. But I mean,
Okay.
do you think we need to make them wear them?
No, we can't
It's
do
not a
that.
fight worth fighting. Like that's
Yeah.
just
No, it's not.
Okay. Well, then do you want me to pick up a box of masks to be available?
I have some that are left, I left over, so I
I
can
have
bring
some too. I'll
Yeah.
bring whatever, 10 or 12, whatever I've got in the kitchen. I bought a box of 50 at one point, so I've got some.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
great.
good to have them available.
So we need dot stickers. I don't have those. Okay. I took home all of the letterboxing boxes and I've cleaned them all out
Oh, nice.
and removed all the ants that were climbing around in some of them. Got my kitchen full of ants.
Nice.
Stupidly
I'm glad
brought
you
the
did
kitchen.
that.
And I have to get new stamp pads. The stamp pads that were in there, most of them have dried up, but some of them were so tiny. The stamps are beautiful,
Oh, yeah.
but the stamps are bigger than the stamp pads. So I'm going to go and get a new right size stamp pads. I was at Ocean State this morning and completely forgot about stamp pads. So I don't know if they have multiple colors. I'm sure Michael's does. So one or other.
Yeah, they
place,
do.
I will get them from there. And I had thought if they were going to mark their scavenger hunt, that the kids might like to have like a tree stamped on their hand. To, if they bring back their scavenger hunt and they found whatever
Oh.
they found, they get a tree stamp for doing.
I'll go look. I have a whole bunch of stamps. Mikey used to love them, and I've got a tree. It might be a Christmas tree, but they won't know that.
You won't know that. That'd be fantastic, Andy. Please, yes.
Yeah, I'll get that out.
I don't have to buy it. Okay.
No.
Okay. How many is the artist bringing her own table, or is she wanting one
Yes.
of our tables?
I said to Elaine, she's meeting with them tonight. She said, no, she's planning to bring all her own stuff to do an activity with the kids, including everything she needs.
Okay.
So what I said was, let us know if she needs anything and we'll help, but she's going to let me know, but she doesn't think so.
Okay. So my thinking is we need a table, at least one, maybe two tables for the bird feeders, and maybe two tables for registration and donation information and flyers on the Arboretum. Sorry, my dog is barking. Anything else? do we need another table for the supplies for the your hunt, or will that be on the same table? We combine?
No, that'll probably be when the people register, that would be something we would hand them.
Okay.
I
Would that
have
be on
one,
reg-
I have one new black table, that folds. I'll bring that. And then I've got a smaller white one. I'll bring those.
I've got big, big, long, like 6-foot tables that I can bring those. Shh.
Yeah.
What do we hang the bird feeders from?
Philippa, you're asking me way too many things tonight. I'm very fatigued.
To make sure we've got all the supplies. We need some kind of string for the bird feeders, right?
Yeah, we can put a piece of clothesline someplace, string it between a couple of the trees. I've got some.
No.
Bring it.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying each bird feeder needs to have something that hangs it.
Right.
So, the line.
So we need some, and if you make a hole through the lids can't be snap-on lids. They have to be screw-on lids, or the whole thing will fall to the ground.
Right. I was thinking it would be, I haven't really looked at the pictures, but I thought we could tie it. I've got some twine. We need something a little heavy like twine. It could go right on the handle and hang like that.
Okay.
I think it would be good if we have a couple of sort of finished samples.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
And they can just be hanging.
Yeah, we need
And
a
then
model.
the kids can do whatever they wish.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have enough twine for 30 birds?
No, but
to buy some?
no, but I'll come up with some.
You'll get that?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Now, what about your friend Mark, or the man from the Lions?
Well, he said he was coming. He hasn't told me how. I'm gonna be calling him to ask how many people he's gonna send along. I mean, he could do registration. He could. I mean, he's got a 3-year-old son. He could help with one of the activities. He could help with he could take over the planting or something like that, And we could certainly, and we also need people who, in my mind, I've been thinking we need some kind of a map that lets people know where Aaron is going to be, for instance, where Elaine is going to be. If you want to go we're going to put all the kids' tables like on the grass over by the north entrance. That keeps them away from the parking lot. And it could be in the shade down there. I'm concerned if it's a really hot day, kids get sweaty and fractious. And if it's very windy, then everything's going to blow away.
We'll bring some rocks.
I was just gonna say, we'll pick up some rocks. Yeah, all right.
And once they've painted their bird feeder, when you're talking about a clothesline, they're responsible for carrying it around? Do we keep it somewhere while it dries?
No, I think they've got to dry. So, over there where the crab apple is, we could string a clothesline there to one of the other trees along the fence line.
Okay.
And they could just hang them. I mean, I can even, oh my God, I better remember all these things. I've got clothespins. I have a clothesline and clothespins. We could just clip them or tie them or.
Write those down, Andy.
I am. And the ones for me have a star next to them.
I know you're sleepy, so you're going to forget this by tomorrow.
Oh no, I'll be good.
Okay.
Nothing is
I will
on
bring the
Woodstock.
garbage bin. Sorry, Sarah, what's that?
Nothing has gone to the public schools yet, so I'll stop by Chris's office and see if I can email Victor.
Okay, thank you very much.
I have a question about Winnie.
Oh,
You've been worrying about parking, and I've been worrying about going to Winnie
well,
because I don't want to go.
We can't
Sarah
go.
wants to go.
We can't go to Winnie.
We can't?
Apparently, to get on Winnie, it takes a month. You have to book a month ahead. I called today, so they have our flyer to put on their community calendar.
Oh, good.
And Sarah is going to try and work some magic, right, Sarah?
did. So I called our so Tuesday is Center Scoop, where they do random sports things. So I called John Saucier, who's our AD, and he told me it was boys track and field. So then I found Peter Lusa, who's the boys track and field coach, gave him the flyer, and he said he will talk about it on Winnie on Tuesday.
Oh, bless Peter's heart.
Good. There you go.
Oh, Sarah, thank you so
You're
much. You have the connections that we need. We rely on you heavily here. I owe Peter Lucer.
Well, that's great.
That is awesome. Okay. Just thinking, what am I missing here? I will bring
Well-
garbage bins and garbage bags so that anybody who brings a picnic can put their
Yep.
stuff in there. They don't
Oh,
carry it
good
around, they
idea.
drop it. I've emailed Kit and reminded him to have the bathroom open from 12 till 4:30. I thought we probably will be showing up around 12 o'clock to start
Oh,
getting
yeah.
it set up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking to Stuart Morse tomorrow. He suggested the constable came at 12, but I thought the constable would come from 12:30 to 4:30 because that seems, I mean, we don't need a constable at 12, but he
Right.
was saying that some people might come early, but I don't think they're going to come at 12 if it says 1 to 4.
I don't
No.
either.
But I
Let's
think
hope
if we
not.
go,
Then they have to be turned away.
yeah, well, that's what the constable did for the plant sale. Apparently he was turning people away because although the plant sale was supposed to start at 9, people were coming at 8 to get an early look, and he had to turn them away and say, go and drive around the block. We're not open till
Yeah.
9.
Right.
So he
Okay.
would do the same thing, whoever's going to be the constable.
All right, let's one thing I'm thinking about is if, let's say the day that we're supposed to stay to do the bird feeders, it's pouring rain. Do you want to have a backup date for that?
We're getting awful close to
We
the
could try the
time.
next day.
That would be Friday, right?
Yeah, we can try Friday.
Or another, another possibility is to not do it that day. I mean, that would be bad if it was a miserable day.
Do you want to try earlier? Anybody got time earlier in the week? I have to go and look at my calendar if we're doing earlier.
I do, but what about Sarah and Jesse? No?
Yeah, I don't think I can earlier in the week.
Well, then let's stick with it. And
Well, I
And
could
you-
do Monday, like right after school,
What time is that, Sarah?
like 2:30. I probably can get down to the Arboretum at like 2:30.
Okay,
On
let me
the
go and look at my calendar.
the 17th,
The
Yeah.
17th, yeah, I'm looking at the calendar.
I only can stay for an hour because then I have an executive meeting for Teague. But the rest of the week I'm back, I'm doing something at Yale. I have a heart meeting. Friday, I have a fundraiser at school and a haircut.
Don't
Yeah,
cancel
no,
that.
I know. No, it's hard. That week is busy. But,
Yeah.
May is always busy.
yeah, it is. Well, we'll make it work. We'll wear raincoats and make it work.
Hey, no, I mean, if it's raining, we're not going to be working because the kids aren't going to come if it's pouring with rain. Right?
No.
So the Thursday to do the birds.
Right, but we're doing that right after the Woodstock Academy kids are working from 2
Oh
to
yeah,
3.
they're not coming in the rain. That's a hard no, I guarantee.
Right.
you.
So, I mean, if it's pouring with rain, I would suggest we can come to my house and do it in my garage.
It
Or
says
we can,
77 and
We
cloudy.
go on.
Thursday says 77 and cloudy.
Next week you have there?
And Saturday says 70 and partly sunny.
Oh,
Great.
awesome.
And there's no rain in the forecast for the
Sounds
next 14
perfect.
days.
Super.
Yay.
And
Yay!
whomever you pray
Oh,
to.
Jesse,
Yes.
I planted, the 2 tubs that you and Noah watered for us.
Right.
I just planted them with impatiens that Andy donated. And Andy, I put in white impatiens around the edge, and I've kept your pansies. I put the pansies in, but they didn't look good. They were too multicolored.
And that was all stuff I had left over, and my son bought extra impatiens. That's how I got those.
Okay.
Well,
so
I laughed. I said, Philip is going to look and say, what am I supposed to do with all of these? I left about 40 plants there.
No, I planted the impatiens and I bought white impatiens, and they're around the edges, so it looks a little more
Nice.
coordinated. But it
Oh,
does need
good.
watering. I
Watering.
watered it yesterday. If you could
Okay.
keep an eye on it, that'd be great. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
So
And
what-
I'm going tomorrow, so I can water them tomorrow.
Okay, great.
I'll
thank
take
you.
a jug.
What
Okay.
did we think about Monday? Sarah, I left when Sarah was saying she could
No,
do.
if it looks like the weather's fine, Monday would be the backup date or the date to do the bird houses, but Thursday looks fine. Looks like there's no rain. so
Okay,
it's
great.
Yeah.
I'll
We're good.
take that.
We'll hope for the best.
Okay. Okay, I got I got a one of those write-on boards for our woody log leap, Sarah.
Oh, nice, awesome.
Oh yeah, that is so cool, Sarah. That's great.
Philippa's idea. I just helped move the logs. That's all.
And the kids named it, so it's a great combination.
Yeah, I think a sign is helpful because otherwise people won't know that it's something they can do.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Okay. Am I missing anything?
You had mentioned a map, but I don't feel like I don't think we need a map with everybody, there's so many people there, we could kind of direct people.
Okay.
But it could be something we could think of for later, again, maybe a student could, down the road, make a map for us, and that would be something that we put in our little, in our little house for flyers. But I think for the event, we don't necessarily need a map.
Okay.
I'm kind of thinking because Chad said he's coming. So hopefully, he'll be talking about the trees. So I'm thinking that might be something that I would be doing. And you also, Philippa and
Yeah.
Sarah, just
When-
telling people that this
Oh.
person's over here and that person's over there. Because we're going to be the one group of people who know what's going on,
Right. And
rather than assign someone to do that who's coming in without knowing anything.
right. Please wear your shirts. Everybody got a shirt to wear, right? So everybody will know who we are. Sarah, you have a shirt?
You have a
think-
Palmer Arboretum
I
shirt?
think I do. I have to look.
I gave you one.
I know.
Did
But
you
that-
use it as a
That
paint
doesn't mean-
rag or
that doesn't mean
something?
I have it. So let me go
Okay.
check. Because my mom went through all my t-shirts and took clothes for her church. So I'm not sure what I actually still have.
Oh,
Okay.
So I think I should have it. though.
Take a look, because I have some extra, Sarah. So I'll get you one, okay? If you
Okay.
need one. But yeah, I think the four of us should be floaters. I was going to offer tree walks at specific times because I just have to be organized. So I was going to say I'll do a tree walk at 1:30 and 3
Okay.
or something like that. And maybe Chad can do a tree walk in between that. And we can be floating around just talking about trees.
Yeah,
Do you want-
I hope he comes because he's so knowledgeable about the
Absolutely.
trees and he really enjoys it.
Right.
So,
And I think that when we're down there working, we should try to, I have some of the stakes. Jean had ordered a whole bunch of the stakes with the metal plates. And I think there are trees up there, like your Fothergillia, for instance, that we should name, because people will want to know what they are, and we can just go around and make sure that everything that's blooming right now or that is possible, we can stick a stake on it. With
are they
trees on it.
blank? Are they blank? So
They're
we can,
blank, so we would have to,
Oh,
we would have
okay.
to
Oh,
put
good.
the paper on it with the name, just for this occasion. It won't last, but it would help for this occasion. I've got permanent markers, and I'll bring some cards.
yeah, because there's that other bush that when we did the fall walks, we had no clue what it was.
Right. And I've got
So-
that app on my camera and on my cell phone now, so we can identify every.
Oh, I
weed.
did too. I loaded it.
Yeah.
I haven't used it yet. I got jealous.
Okay. So you will have the zipper zapper in order to clear the path, because that was my other concern, was how was I going to get a mower down there to clear that path? But
You're
the
not,
zipper-
no,
No.
that wouldn't work. When I stopped, it was when I dropped the plants off. It looked good because it had been only recently mown,
Right.
and it looked really nice. And I'm almost wondering if someone other than Mitchell mowed, and I'll tell you why. Because it was right up to the edges.
Hmm.
When you're looking at the rain garden to the right,
Mhm.
I had started weed whacking along the Lily of the Valley there, and I left that whole strip. And I thought, oh, it's not gonna, and it was mowed.
Hmm.
Then I walked down and all right in tight to the edge. And he never did that. He was just like, he'd leave 6 inches.
Right. Okay, great. Well, I
So
don't know.
that would be nice if that's a new phenomenon.
Yeah, I will email him though and say, just to remind him that we want it looking absolutely immaculate for the 22nd. So he should plan his mowing.
I have a
Make it
question.
really, really great for then, which would be the 2 weeks. He won't do it this week. He'll do it next week.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Bill says that he has a dolly, Sarah. You know that the big trunk that
Oh.
has the possible legs to move for the table?
Yeah.
He said he would take a dolly, and because he said it's too heavy for students to carry,
Yeah.
he'll drag it up and he'll put it in the area that I indicated.
Oh, good.
And then we need to somehow detach the top, which, as you noticed, was nailed in with the support, and then move that.
Oh, this is for the table?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, okay. Oh, good.
because Bill cut off the lowest part of the tree, and it kind of flares out almost like legs, but it's so heavy. We were gonna have 4 strong men carry it, but lacking 4 strong students because we got very fewer students. But Bill mentioned, he said, I have a dolly, I could move that for you. And I said,
I wonder if I can ask one of my students who's a Eagle Scout if he could fix it for us.
Good idea.
detailing.
that would be wonderful.
I'll see him tomorrow in school.
Okay, thank you, Sarah.
The other thing is, I was just looking at our Facebook page, and for $8, we could boost this event and have it hit everyone in Woodstock every day. Do we have $8 in our budget?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's $8 well spent.
Just making sure.
Phenomenal. I think I've covered everything that I had in my mind going crazy. Anybody
Me
else? got
too.
something?
I looked back at last month and I don't see anything we've missed that we haven't discussed. No.
So after this is over, Andy, we need to go and buy trees, okay?
Yep. Yeah, I just thought with this coming up, it's not the right time to even think
No.
about getting them and dragging them down there. And
Yeah.
I think between us, I mean, maybe Chad would be willing to plant them. He planted those other 3 trees in the wet area. We could ask him.
Or it could be another work day. I mean, and then there's no hurry to plant them, right? As long as we keep them watered, we could have them.
Right. Well, that's true.
You know, I mean, we could also, order them ahead of time and make sure the bill is paid for, and then pick them up when we're ready to plant them. I mean,
It's
I think
true.
we've got
Oh,
some
that too. Yeah.
Yeah,
flexibility
that would be
there.
a good idea. They'll keep them there for you for a while.
Oh, they will.
Yeah.
Over at
Yeah.
Sprucedale, they will.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
don't water very well at Sprucedale, though, unfortunately.
I'll just sneak over, water them, pretend I'm looking for plants.
Yeah, thank you very much for letting us use that water. I went over to Mary Lou's and her water. One day I went over and I managed to get water from hers. The next day I went over and it was locked tight. I couldn't get a drip out of it. So I don't.
Is there a
Oh.
faucet at the Historical Society? Because it's crazy that there isn't. Because I see them all, they had a work group this week. They were doing some gardening themselves, deadheading, the plants around the building. And I think they must have water, but
Well, I think they just go into their bathroom perhaps and fill
okay.
a bucket in the bathroom.
Oh, Jesse, I know. We were wondering about the fence in your backyard. Is that
Yeah,
your fence or the Historical Society's fence?
I have to check. I think it's mine. But I have to check because obviously, I have to repair it. So I've got to, contact before I repair it, and it's not mine.
Yeah, good idea.
I need to check them, because it looks terrible right now.
Yeah, I just got an email from Kit saying I have it on my calendar and I will be there. So we will have a
Super.
toilet open for us.
Good.
I was thinking I ought to bring a case of water for just not to give out to other people, but for us volunteers who are there, like the students who are helping and anybody else, if they ought to have some water and maybe some cookies, just something for them to have.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
good
You could put it
idea.
under one of the tables so people don't think it's for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Anything else?
What about a first aid kit in case
We
somebody
have one in the shed. We can bring
Okay.
it out of the shed and have it up on the registration table. Good
Okay.
thinking.
could just
Yeah.
make sure it has what it needs in there.
And as many trowels as we can rustle up between all of us.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Put colored tape on your trowel so that you know it's yours, so you get it back. And I'll have wipes that whoever is running the planting can wipe off the trowels after a kid has used them, so another kid can have them.
I can donate a few because I was cleaning out my parents' garage. Their moving, and so they have a whole bunch of tools that so there's some that I'm gonna donate to the the arboretum, to our shed, and we have
Oh.
a bunch of trowels, so we could
Excellent.
put a little arboretum tape on it or something so that we know.
Okay, thank you, Jessie. That's lovely. Where are your parents going?
They are downsizing, so they're moving to Massachusetts, to a retirement community there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I will miss them in our church. It'll be
Yeah.
very sad.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Dee over at Roseland told me that they sold their house, or they were selling their house.
They're in the process. They haven't yet, but it's on the market.
So they're going to Hingham?
Yes, yep.
Are they going to a place, my friend Audrey Smith just moved there to a place called Linden Pond?
Yeah, I forget, but it probably is, because Hingham's not that big. But
A
I
really
forget
nice
exactly.
place. I'm gonna go visit her, and then when Dee told me that your parents were moving to Hingham, I said, wow, I wonder if it's the same place. I understand
probably
it's
is,
quite
yeah.
nice over there.
Yeah. That's my mom's sisters lived in that area, so
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yep.
So I think we need to sort of keep in touch if anybody thinks of anything that we have overlooked. It's
Yeah.
not like we can't run home, if we need something, but if we don't have to do that, that would be nice.
I'd rather not do that, because we'll run to Jessie's home.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
keep your
okay.
house unlocked, Jessie.
It's fine. Use the bathroom, whatever you need to do.
We have a bathroom. The kid
Mhm.
says we have a bathroom. Okay, I think we've covered all my list. And I think we all have listed what we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
So everybody knows what they said they were going to do. Great.
And I'm really excited about the artists coming. I think that's going to be very cool to have 4 or 5 artists set up painting.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Just for kids to stand and watch someone painting at an easel. It's really cool for them to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
And
nice
adults like to
connection.
see that too,
Oh, me too. But for, the kids, it'll be really nice. There'll be lots of things for them to look at.
Mhm.
And when I go with Aaron tomorrow, he might come up with some kind of a brainstorm about something, and I don't know what it might be, but I'll let you know. And if I learn about any number of people who are coming, like from the very elusive garden club, I will let you know.
Oh, I had a question for you, Sarah.
Mhm.
Did we get anybody who used the registration form?
Oh, I can look right now. Hold on. According to Facebook, we have 2 who have used it so far.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay, so how many of those 2 who have used it, how many are coming in their groups?
Let me see. Hold on.
I'm so excited. We're gonna have real people.
Oh my God, where are they going to park?
Hold on.
That's cool.
Submissions. Suzanne Woodward.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
And Robin McCoy Ramirez. And yeah,
And is she bringing children?
he has 2 children.
Oh,
2
wonderful.
adults, 2 children.
Good.
Yay, kids.
Oh, well, I can send it out to the faculty too. I can ask permission to just be like, hey, I know you live around here. Like 70% of Woodstock Academy people live in, like Woodstock teachers live in Woodstock. So
Mm-hmm.
something we
And my gym has a big party this coming Saturday. So
Yeah.
I'm going to take flyers to this party and show them around. Come on.
Is that Body by Design?
Yes, we have a thing by Sarah's pool this Saturday. We have brunch.
Oh, fun.
Oh, fun.
It's gonna be
Oh,
fun.
fun. Yeah, because I've taken pictures and sent it to some of those folks, but that's good to have the actual flyer. Oh, fun. Have a good
So,
time.
does anybody have any copies of the flyer that they haven't given out?
I think I have a couple. I can look and tell you. I can email you.
Okay.
I have 2. Do you need copies of them?
I would love to have a bunch so that people could take them. Yeah. Now, I gave one to the Woodstock Orchards. Did
Okay.
anybody go to Sweet Ev's?
Yeah, mine's
I
at-
did.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I put it
So
on the
Sweet
board
Ev
there.
has it up? Okay.
Unless they tore it down, but I did put it up a long time ago.
Yeah, I took one, but I'll take a couple more over to Roseland Park
Excellent.
in the vicinity where the little kids are with their parents.
Well,
Yeah.
it's the food truck thing there this weekend.
Right.
Oh, yeah. The
That would be a
15
great time to have them up.
Yeah.
I wonder if we know anyone who's there. We can have a whole stack on a table. Let me see. I was looking at it because I was mad that it's gonna do. I won't walk the dog down the road because Roseland Park on a good day is like the Indy 500. Never mind with all these out of towners coming.
Right.
No.
Yeah, Stuart Moore said that they're expecting 2,500 people.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I want to go, but those are the kinds of things that I'm like, nah.
Mm-mm.
But I saw the list of the food trucks. We have a big bird walk that day that starts at 6 a.m. And
Oh,
we're
where's
usually,
that?
it's what we call the 20 warbler day, where we try to, where we
yeah.
find 20 species. So we start at the Arboretum, not the Arboretum, the Audubon at 6. This is the earliest one that we do. And then we go until we find 20.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, noon.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's
all.
fun.
What fun.
I was thinking of going after, but I don't know.
Wear your mask.
The
You know
difference-
anybody who's going to be there, Sarah? Any food
I'm
truck?
reading like there's like 4,000 posts about it because that's just how this town rolls. Hold on.
Mhm.
That'll be chaos.
Oh, I know. It's like the
Yeah.
I'm like the only person in town who hates the fair too. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's too crazy.
I like the fair if I'm the first one in line in the morning.
I like
I
it
go-
on Fridays.
Yeah, Friday or Thursday. I used to
Yeah,
take my
I-
kids to see the animals on Thursday.
We go see the rabbits and, do all of that. And then I'm gone by noon. I'm not a total party pooper, but that's just like, nah, especially if it's
something.
hot.
Yeah, it's a different level.
I'm a party pooper. I hate that crap.
My friends will say, don't you want to come and hear the music at night? No, not really.
The base paint for the milk jugs, what
Yeah.
are you thinking of using?
Just some white spray paint. I think that would be the easiest if we can
Are
do
you
it
gonna get-
outside.
Are you going to
Yeah.
get that? Okay.
Yeah. And then
And Andy said that she was going to probably spray her jugs ahead of time because she has some paint.
okay.
Yeah, I have lots of spray paint here, white.
Yeah, because if it's white, then they can add stuff to it. Yeah.
And are you getting those paints like tempera or something like that? Do you have brushes?
I do have brushes. I mean, I'm gonna get like little sponge brushes.
Oh,
And
good. Okay.
But then we don't have to deal with, washing them and all that. We can have a few that are reusable, but if they're just that sponge,
Mhm.
then we don't have to worry about, they can just use them and then, dispose of
Get
them.
rid of them. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to make, do something that's environmentally not friendly, but I think, for health's sake and all that.
I was just out at the park and I'll ask if they know who's going to be there locally and we can maybe figure out who's there. I know I saw it on Facebook, but it'll take me forever to dig.
Okay.
So
Will
When
you
I-
be able to make, if somebody would hand them out, will you be able to make some copies
sure.
of the flyer? Okay, great.
Just don't tell anyone there. I'll just sneak in. I mean, it goes to the big computer and they're going to be like, why is she making so many colored copies? But whatever.
Okay. And Andy, you mentioned that you might be able to make some colored copies
Yeah.
too. Can I get them from you so that I can take them on Saturday? You're going to be if you're going to be down at the Arboretum tomorrow, can I meet you down there and get them?
Yeah, I'm going to be there at noon. If I should miss you, how about I put them in the mailbox? The box with the
Right, that's
guides.
great. Fine.
I'll
absolutely.
put whatever ones I have in the box as well.
In the box too. Wonderful.
And
Thank
then you
very
get
much.
there when if you
Right.
don't get there then.
Right. Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, I would entertain a motion to adjourn at 6:10. 57.
So moved.
Yeah,
Who is that, Sarah?
Yeah.
And who seconded it?
I did. I said, yeah, okay.
Okay. Okay, all in
I just
favor?
keep thinking we must have something else we have to talk about. I just don't know what it is.
I think we're set. Okay, thank you all very much.
Have a good night.